yoga moments. Enhance your happiness with the ancient wisdom of yoga.
Hello everybody, this is the second episode of Yoga Moments, and here you can find out why it is so important to be focused, razor sharp, but relaxed, and how planets and frequencies can help us to be happy. Hello Krishna.
Hello,
Hello
Felicitas.
Krishna.
Namaste. Namaskar.
Namaste Maska. Nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you again, and I'm very happy coming back.
Thank you for your long time. Last time it was like 1 hour. We try to keep it a little bit shorter for everyone. Yes, but I understand it's hard things you're describing, and you're really nice describing them in examples in a everyday life situation. So for everybody, it's easier to understand those complicated things of how the body and the mind is working together and other things surrounding us. And there's one question left from the last time. You said keep on your focus for 42 days or 48 days after doing a little meditation, like for these 5 minutes, observing the breath and then sending your intuition or your wish to the open field, so to say. And why is it this 48 or 42 days?
Yes, yeah. Thanks. I will start to make as short as possible today. These sessions. Of course, we have a more long to explore about these topics, but come back to the topics. In previous sessions, I was talking. We waking up in the morning or whenever we find the times, and we make set intentions. What we are looking forward, what we want to do, or whatever the current situation, what we need, and then send these intentions towards the cosmos, the para brahma, we say it, the entire universe. And these contemplations, whatever I was said before, we have to do 48 days, because according to Indian astrology or Indian traditions, we said any actions we have to do 48 days, because these 48 numbers, it's a combinations of the 12th planetary system, because I'm not talking about the Western planetary system, because in Indian astrology they have a totally different planetary system, and we have a sun, moon, and then we have 5 planets, and plus we have another 2 planets we call, so altogether 9 planets. So these 2 planets we call Rahu and Ketu. This is 2 shadow planets. It's not really exist planets, it's like a shadow planets. So altogether in Hindu astrology or Indian astrology, they have 9 planetary systems. Whenever you go to India, they have these 9 planets in the temples. So you do all the worships, and when you're born, in a child born, when you're writing astrological things, they're always based on these 9 planetary positions and everything. And remember, it's not 9 planets, sun, moon, and there are 5 planets, plus there are 2 more, as I call this shadow planets. So these 9 plus there are 27 stars. So we have generally there are 27 stars. So which is we can calculate 27 plus 9, it's ready 36. Plus we have a 12 zodiac signs. So this zodiac sign is the same like also in the Western societies. We have this 12 zodiac sign, it started from the Pisces, and then you can go on or until, for example, I have my own zodiac sign. I'm a Pisces, that's why I said Pisces. According to the Eastern zodiac systems, and then I have a totally different zodiac. I'm a Cancer in according to the Hindu astrology. So probably you are probably have a difference. So when you see in Indian astrology, or also Western astrology, we have these 12 zodiac signs. So that's why these are 12 zodiac signs plus 27 stars, which each zodiac sign is approximately 4 stars, then 3.5, they have always some combination. So let me put together 27 stars plus 12 zodiac signs plus 9 planetary systems, all together will come to the 48. So these are 48. In fact, whenever you do any practice, whenever you set any intentions, and because you have this past karma's fruit, whatever you done previous life, maybe you are harvesting right now. So maybe you suffer, maybe you are enjoying your life, whatever happening, good or bad, in any combinations, all this fruit from the previous karma, previous life. It can happen in the last life directly, or it can also from 2 or 3 lives before. So any things are connected to the previous life, previous karma is going to influence us directly right now in the current life. So to go through that, we need to make sure we need to satisfy it, or not to miss even single karmic connection, which is a control by this, all this what I'm saying. All our karma is controlled by 12 zodiac signs, 27 stars plus the 9 planetary systems. So when you are doing a practice, like a specific, like some intentions, okay, I want to get a job as an engineer. So if you set intentions, I want to get a job in engineer in ISS, International Space Stations. Like I'm an aerospace engineer, so it's one of the big dream, working for the ISS. So for example, you set these intentions for 48 days. That means some days the intentions will have a power to observe this. Some days you don't have these circumstances. Some days are weekdays, your perception is very low. Some days the combination of the planetary system, combination of the stars, combination of the zodiac, it will be boost your perception, so that particular day, whatever your wish, whatever your intention you're setting, it can be easily going to the this cosmos. So that's why you don't know when is that, which day is that happening. So that's why when you did 48 days, throughout the day, there one particular moment everything will be lifted, but we don't know when was that. That's why in the Hindus or Indian astrology, they always know, every family is there, you want to build a house, you want to buy a car, or you want to get married, whatever, they're always going to the astrology to check the perfect time. Why they do this? These are every times when you go to the astrology to check all these positions, it's make your wish, your intuitions, whatever you are throwing out to the cosmos, evil is perceivable. That means something the cosmos can perceive. If you do in a wrong day, the cosmos cannot perceive, because you might have a control by your planetary in a backward way. So that's why sometimes when you are planted a seed in a wrong season, it don't germinate. For example, if you plant a seed to germinate in a winter, it don't germinate. It's like that. If you planted a seed end of winter, beginning of the spring, then it's a high potential, the seed will grow. It's like our intention also like that. So we need to find a right moment to set the intention, but we don't know when was that. It's so complex. 27 stars, which star you need to focus, and combination with this 12 zodiac, we don't know. Maybe I know my zodiac, but I don't know which star, which planetaries will be ruled that particular day. So when you do 48 days complete, it's sort of two benefits will happen. First benefits is you're covering entire planetary systems, you cover entire 27 stars, and you're also covering all the 12 zodiac signs. The second thing is it's a sort of a routine practice. It's become a routine. It's also in a Yoga Sutra of Patanjali's, the sage Patanjali says about this, Dhyana, Dharana, and Samadhi, it's a samyama. Dharana, it's a somehow focused. Dhyana means you let it go the focus, and you are cultivating whatever contemplation you are there. You are slowly becoming aware the cultivations or contemplations or intuitions. You doesn't need enormous attention. In the beginning we need to put focus, so much focus. Okay, this is my intention, this is my intentions. I want to become this, I want to become this, I want to become this. But you need to put effort, effort, effort. In this effort we call dharana. Dharana means you really need to focus, you really need to put attentions. But after some time this focus will become effortless, and then is transformed, we call meditations in English translated, but in a Sanskrit we call dharana. Dharana, dhyana, it's transformed into the dhyana. From the focused mind, the focused intentions, it's transforming into the meditative state of the intentions. So the intentions, they're ready, it's no more deep, it's ready on the surface. So the more you are stay in this ease state of the intentions, you know clearly your intentions. It's no more like you already filter your intentions. The beginning, in the beginning, your intentions not clear. Maybe something's coming in between. So the more and more you're doing, it will be filtered, and it will be like a one fine, clear, crystal clear intention will become. So how many days we don't know. So after maybe let's say after 2 weeks, after 14 days, the intention will be much more clear. But still, in the second stage of the dhyana state, what will happen? You have the presence of your body, you have a presence of your mind, you have a presence of emotions, and you have a presence of your intentions. And the third stage, which we call samadhi, the liberation state, where you have this connection to the supreme, whatever we call Parabrahma. So it's no more about you. You're sending all these intuitions, you're sending all these intentions towards the Parabrahma, the one supreme cosmos, which it's beyond of yourself. So the moment you're going beyond yourself, that is the state where you are losing your identity.
Guys, is it a recording? Yeah.
Yes. I don't know
But
where I
it's,
stopped.
but it's
I think I was talking about why we are
but it's
practicing for 48 days, because dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. Yes. Yeah. I can.
yeah,
Okay. I will.
and it,
I will.
and maybe it is a good idea to have to explain this topic as well. So it's quite common that beings are influenced by the cosmos through the planets and everything, through astrology. And I think astrology has is getting more on fashion again. And now you say that human beings have influence on the cosmos. That's mainly what you're saying with that, right?
Yes.
And this is not quite common.
You can't deny that, because everything's what we are experiencing right now, it's controlled by just taking a basic understanding how the sun, what we see every day, the changing of the sun, it's influencing the state of our physical activities, the emotional state, and the mental state. For example, in the summer right now is abundant of the light, and you can compare with this, how you feel, how your body, how your emotion, mental state in the winter, in the December. Or for example, let's say after the Christmas, mostly in the January, people have a tendency going to the depression state. And then, because there are two reasons why in the December and beginning of the February is one of the hardest times. People are having a mental issues and emotion issues because the lack of the sunlight. I'm talking about the northern hemisphere. Okay, if those are from Australia and South Africa, of course they're opposite of that. So in the northern hemisphere, in the January, for instance, end of and January and beginning of February, it's a dark phase. And when you compare, because of the lack of the sun, there it's really influencing our state of life. Unless some of people, they don't realize that. You know why? Because people have this routine. They go to work in the morning, 8 o'clock. They coming work from the work at 6 o'clock, and then they are cooking, they're eating, probably they're going to watch some movies in Netflix, or maybe they are doing some activities, fitness, and then come back and then sleep. So they don't make any space for realizations. Let's say during this period, January or beginning of the February, on this period, you go somewhere like outside of the urban places, like you take a weekend off, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you're going to some remote area, you stay there without not the city life. When you quiet there, and then you might realize you don't do your daily activity, no computer, no phones, no watching TV, Netflix, anything. It's just being present. And this is one of the most difficult for many people to do this, because when you don't have any activities to do, you don't have any obligations, and you have to stay quietly, and during these times it will be much harder. Why? Because the lack of the sunlight, lack of the sun. That's why in Eastern culture, they're giving so much importance, all the festivals, all the practice. When you want to initiate a practice, when you need to finish a practice, when you want to do cleansing practice, when you want to do some mental contemplation practice, always it's good to look where this the sun positions, when this moon positions, because it's not 100% depends on the sun and moon. No, no, no. Of course, you don't take it wrongly, because our system, our body, it's also made from the 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, and the space. Everything, whatever we say outside is also inside, So everything's are interconnected. We cannot deny that I can live without all these planetary positions. No, impossible. If you say that, that means, let's say you can go to some place like the moon never rises or the sun never sets. It's impossible, because we really need these isolations and moon rising, moon setting, or the sun rising, the sun setting, because it's not really affecting our gross body, this physical body, but these planetary system are really directly influencing our state of the mind and state of the emotions, because this is a subtle body. Subtle body means it's an abstract. You can't really pinpointing that, but you can feel it. And this sense of the feeling, it's like when you go to the sun, you're staying in the room all the day. It's different the moment you go out to the park exposed to the sun. You feel totally different feeling. Why? Because of the sun, because of the planetary. Planetary are so important and crucial in our spiritual path or in a yogic path. And for example, it's, let's say that's the day is a particular day is the new moon day. The moon is 0. Okay, we call Amavasya. Amavasya's day, the day is completely 0 moon. It's the darkest night according to the lunar calendar. And this day it's a good to put the seed. You come down. During the full moon day, it's the day to harvest whatever fruit from that particular practice. So if you want to start some new practices, if you want to start something new in your life, they're always suggesting going flow with the flow, going with the flow with the moon. So the moon also growing, your energy also growing, your emotion will get also stable, your mental state also will be stable. And then you can also step by step, you can grow. It's like you are not reversing the waves like a stream. Let's say the water flowing this direction, and you also going towards the same directions. So it's helping you to go much faster. Let's say,
So
yeah.
Krishna, so the main thing what you're saying is as well, so it's all in the flow. Either the planets are influencing us, but we as well can influence our well-being, so to say, with the help of the planets.
Absolutely.
So it's like vice versa, and but it's not pretty common that human beings can influence their lives, like setting intentions. It's only pretty common in spiritual practices, in yoga, in maybe religions, but as you said before, when you are occupied, it's easier not to feel, for example, expressions, depressions. And so, why should someone be not that occupied, being more calm to feel that when it's easier not to feel that? Why should someone do that if it's harder?
Because our life, we should feel our emotion and mental state. You can't ignore that. When you're young, let's say you have energies, you move forward, you do all your activities, you do a lot of physical activities, and it's okay. But when you come to the age like 60s, 70s, and a little bit later period of your life, when you never train your emotion, never train the mental things, when you come closer to the death, what we call, or not necessarily 70, 80, if you're in a state of you have some illnesses, okay, and you're going through a difficult period of the time, it can not necessarily illnesses, it can be anything, like losing a job. You suddenly lose your job, you don't have income, or you are lost to your partner, you're divorcing. Things like that is a common things happening in our life. And then these extreme peaks of the emotions happen in our life, and we don't know how to handle it. And the best way, don't wait something happen in our life so drastically, then you react. Mostly people do that, but it's too late. We need to train before that in a small doses, so that when something emergency happen in our life, as I said, losing a job. During COVID, so many people lost job, and or illnesses, or divorce, or separating from your partners, or separating from the children, separating from the country. You cannot go back to your country because of all the regulation, lockdowns, and so many things. It's creating a lot of stress, and then in that particular moment you cannot do any contemplations. If that happens, and then you sit and do the intentions, maybe you don't get this fruit. Remember I said in the beginning, if you want to set these intentions, this process of the intention has the three phase. First, you need to focus, concentrating what you want to do intentions. Once you already focus and finding your intentions, and then they come to the second phase where you can meditate with your intentions. So the intention is clear, you are just holding your intentions with yourself. This is a clarity, your mind will be there. And then the third phase is you just let it go, these intentions towards the cosmos, then he will come back to you. And this process is not like this for one day practice, no. That's why we really need the time for the practice. 48 days practice is very common in India, and they do any practices 48 days. And you can keep on doing, not necessarily you do 48 days, you stop the practice, not necessary. You do 48 days, after that you keep continue doing that, because you're progressing. Then you can skip the first phase and the second phase. So you are being closer to the cosmos. So whatever you
And
throw, it will come back faster to you.
okay. And Krishna, like for one last understanding of this, it's coming back to you. Can you put on your scientific face and explaining it to somebody who is not spiritual, how this works, this coming back of your intuition, of your wishes?
Okay. This,
When you focus on that first and then it's coming back for you, what's this energetically of scientific
yeah,
way
we can
explaining of it?
explain that, because everything's are based on the vibration is a frequencies. Everybody know that science. Every atoms we see in this, every atoms, my hair, my skin, my body, even the plants, or everything's, when you see your surrounding, a blocks, a chair, everything have the atoms, and each of the atoms are vibrate in a certain frequencies. And scientists cannot, modern humans or scientists, they cannot deny that, because they say that every single atoms are vibrating in a certain frequencies. That frequencies are make particularly shape and color one particular things. Even the rainbow colors, each rainbow colors have their own frequencies, make that the colors specified. The white color have the different frequencies, the green color have the different frequencies, comparable the red color have different frequencies. So is everything based on the frequencies. Okay, when the frequencies are clear, like when you're tuning the radio, when the frequencies are really clear, and then you get the beautiful songs coming out from the radio. If nowadays, you're just easy, everything digitalized, is easier. Can you imagine from in ancient times, like in the 60s, 70s, 80s, when they have this radio? I don't know, new era people, children's probably they don't never see that. You need to tune and then go back a little bit and tune until you reach the right point. Then you can hear all the news or songs from the radio. So this because of the frequencies. So Now come back to the intentions. When you set these intentions, the intentions happening in your mind. Okay, you're setting this intention in the mind, and mind creating this whatever. Okay, I want to become a scientist and astronaut in a ISS, International Space Center. This is my intentions. When I'm keeping these intentions in my brain, it's creating some sort of a frequencies. In the beginning, the frequency is not really strong because you know it's like a radio. You're tuning and tuning and tuning. It's not really hitting the spot. But the more you're doing practice, that's why 48 days, when you do these 48 days, the same intentions every day, you become expert. Everybody, when you give us a work, if they're learning from the beginning, they're not expert from the beginning. They need to train. Then once come to the one point, they're not only the mind, the entire body, the hands, everything become trained so spontaneously they can work easily. Also with the intention like that. So more you're working with that intention, these all frequencies is the mental frequencies, because all the neurons are gossiping. Our neurons are gossiping. When you're setting intentions, I want to work as a scientist and astronaut in an international space center, it's not just a word. You're creating this gossip in your prefrontal cortex, or you can go also your limbic system, and which are connected to the emotions. So when you're making this more and more, these gossips and neuronal gossips creating this electromagnetic field, which is creating these frequencies, and these frequencies will in tune with the cosmos. Somehow it's ascending to that, and of course you need to apply the job. Okay, you go to the Google, you're finding the website, and you said, okay, there are positions, and then you apply the job. You wait a moment until the cosmos helping you. How? When every conditions are coming together, conditions, remember I said, like a moon, the sun, me, everything's conditions coming together, your frequencies will be heard by the manager or HR people from this International Space Center. Maybe that come to the top of the list when you're sending applications. So you are lucky. Sometimes we talk this about the lucky. People have jackpots in the life. Lucky. This lucky is not just come like this. No. Lucky is because people set a correct intentions, and the vibration go to the cosmos and is heated back again in the right moment and as speed as light. So it's come so fast because it's so trained and clear. That's why intention have to be clear, like a radio. When you tune and clear intentions there, the frequency will be so clear, it will go directly to this cosmos, and then it's go directly to the International Space Center management systems, and maybe they are opening a job, and then it will come back to you, and then you get an email. Yes, Mr. Krishnan, we are very happy to offer you a job as an astronaut working as a scientist researchers in the International Space Center. And this how coming back here. When you say this, because the frequency, and that's why in a modern life we need to write the cover letter. When you apply for the job, normally HR manager want to see the cover letter. We call the cover letter. You need to write a letter for them, and this letter, in fact, it's a similar what I'm talking about. This is intentions. When they read the letter, they can sense, is it the person, it's a fit for the team? Is it this person are just writing the applications, like 100 application, and this one of that applications, it's like a no care. Oh, this person really want to work for our company, and he's clear what he wants from our company, and he's perfect employee for our company. Because when you read this cover letter, this person fit for the company or not. Is it this person did a research or not? And how they know that, how they can feel it, it's not just wording, it's the vibrations, the frequency. Even you read a cover letter from the application, immediately you know that the person, the HR manager, when reading this, they can sense this. Okay, this is the perfect cover letter, and then because they sense the vibration from that particular letter, it's not something mystic, it's really frequency that's happening in our life. So this is how these intentions are working.
I was trying, since we did the recording of the first episode, I was trying to do the intention every morning when I still was like in bed, half asleep, because it was, well, sometimes it was before sunrise, sometimes it was after. So I'm experimenting with your suggestions. And I could really feel what you were talking about the other for the 48 days, or now I can feel already that my intentions are changing a little bit, adjusting a little bit, as you said now. And but it was not 48 days ago yet, the last recording, so I'm still working on it.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Life is not as easy because we need to keep on going. And then, as I said, sometimes even after 40 days, the intention not clear yet, because the transformations from this focused to meditation state is still not happening, because we still need to filter so much our intentions. You cannot say that I want to work, I will need a job. This intention doesn't work because it's still not clear what job, where, when, all these,
see.
you cannot say said, okay, I need a job. This intention is so big, we need to make the intention much more precisely. It's like a really tuning, and sometimes it takes 40 days. Even after 40 days you still cannot tune your clear intentions. You keep continue, because when you continue that, after, as basically 40 days is a rule of the thumb, you're not necessarily after 40 days you need to stop. No, you can continue that, because when you continue specifically, you are just making this is the intention getting a narrow and sharp and clear. It's like a razor sharp intentions. You know exactly what is that. This is the most high athlete performances, like a Olympic athlete, or all these high performance job related, or maybe somebody doing something related to the space, like rockets, because these all microseconds, if you fail, let's say 1 microsecond fail, then entire system will collapse. When you're sending rockets, small changes, it can collapsing everything. That's why these kind of a demanding things, you really need to focus. But if you're too focused like a tight, it also can make failure, because you're too tight. You need to make sure your focus, you're clear, your razor sharp intentions there, but at the same time you are relaxed. Because if you don't relax with the clarity of that intentions, you're still on the ongoing process, on the
You're
progress.
blocked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still in the progress. You're not coming to this clarity of the intention yet.
Yeah. Okay, Krishna. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Thank you
you.
again
Thank you again.
for this.
So before we're finishing this sessions, I again giving a small uh, something to think about that and to work. The last time I said you set the intentions for 48 days, and now I want you experience when you set the intentions and see how big your intentions, and make your intentions simple and much more finer. So if the more simple and finer intentions, the outcome of the intention will be much more faster. If you have a big intentions without particular specifications, then the intention take much longer time. Maybe take 10 years to make it fruit. So make a simple intentions, like okay, I want to have a healthy life. Okay, very probably you want to make your, okay, I want to do yoga every day. That's his intention. Okay, for the next 40 days, every day I want to do yoga practice. Every morning I wake up, I want to do a simple yoga stretching. Oh no, maybe if you're not yoga persons, you can, okay, in the next 40 days, I want to wake up in the morning, I go for jogging. This
Oh my
intention, going for jogging. Now is the time for jogging, because the summer, it's a beautiful weather, and you can and the sunrise, even like a five ready, the sun ready day is there, so you can wake up and then you can go for jogging. This small intentions, maybe you think that, so what, I'm going for 48 days. No, this is training. You know clearly your intention is, I wake up in the morning, go for jogging, punct. That means you stop your intention there, you don't add more intention there, because this is something simple you can apply in your daily basis, and then later you can add something new intentions on the going. So you see how you progress with that. So for little homeworks, I call it, you can think about that as this homework. So set a small intentions which benefiting for your well-being, and practice that little intentions, clear, simple intentions, like going out for jogging or cooking for yourself for next 40 days.
That's good. Yeah, because like for somebody, some people it's not possible maybe, but do you have like an intention as well for the mind? Like somebody who wants to work with the mind, because I heard the last few weeks, a lot of people are struggling a lot with their mind, like in the depression kind of area going, and not only elder people, but young people as well. Do you have like a little simple um, intention for the mind as well for homework?
For the mind intentions, we need to learn to make the minds focused, the mindfulness mind. Because when you talk about the mind, why people are struggling so much mental ailments, because the mind lack of the clarity, the mind lack of awareness. So the best tool you can do to train your mind is the mindfulness. The mindfulness means you no need to have a specific practice. Mindfulness means you can do anything in your daily, but you're aware what you're doing. For example, for these people are having some mental issues, or like they want to deal with that, I would suggest take a time in a daily basis, in the morning or afternoon or in the noon or in the evening, whenever, like 2 times daily, 5 to 10 minutes, sit quietly, observe your breath. The mind observing the breath. You are not observing the breath, the mind observing the breath. So that means you are learning to focus. You're learning to focus. You stay here. Maybe you're sitting, after 2 minutes, you just want to move. It's okay. Come back again, focus. Come back again, focus. Don't make it very long. Make it 5 minutes is enough. You can do that when you're traveling in a public transport. You can do that when you're riding a bicycles. You can do that when you're driving a car. But it's something simple and some subtle things happening, because this mindfulness of the breath is the very key. Everybody do that, but the power of that, it's a much more big. You will get so much clarity of the mind will comes, develops in long terms. So the mind will be much more clear. So
Okay.
mindful your breath. If you have a pain in your body, mindful the pain. If you have some sensation in your neck, or you have some slightly headache, you have some knee issues, or if you go out after the sun, because now summer coming is a very heat, you feel like exhausted and get a headache, mindful these sensations. Mindful, don't get away, don't get lost. Mindful these feelings, sensations. So when you have some sensation, mindful that sensation for 5 minutes.
So you mean not push it away?
Yes.
Just be aware of that.
Yes, aware of that. You can use this word awareness, aware of that, or another terms I use this mindful, because it's easy to mistake between the awareness and mindfulness. Because awareness is something you are aware, you're clear of that, but you're relaxed. Mindful means you're aware something, but you need focus.
Okay, and so this we will do in the next podcast.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Next podcast
So we have
we will
already awareness. Next podcast will be awareness and mindfulness. The difference.
Yes.
What do you think? What do you say?
Good. We will explore more about these examples
Thank
of
you.
this awareness and the mindfulness in the next sessions.
Thank you so much, Krishna, again for your time, your wisdom, and to share all this. I'm very happy about that, and I hope everybody else as well.
Yeah.
Including you.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. Have a beautiful day, and stay healthy and stay happy.
You too. Thank you so much, Krishna.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yoga moments. Enhance your happiness with the ancient wisdom of yoga.